Hello, and good day, everyone! Welcome to Drakan the Age of Gates Glitch Tutorial, Episode 73, Part 3, where we will be discussing the book stack method alongside Headhuntress' claim to have reached it using said method. We're also going to showcase a few more unique ways to actually get up to the balcony that I was not privy to before, but I've discovered on my own, and as well as using a particular brand new glitch that has been discovered by a YouTuber whom I will reveal later. For right now, our goal here is to provide a sound argument against Headhuntress' claim and against the book stack method, its validity. And basically in the end, leave it up to you guys if you decide that if the book stack method is still worth trying at this point, if it's worth trying or not. So let's begin. To my knowledge, only 2 people have claimed to have successfully been up there. The sheer fact that everyone who has tried the book stack method, including those who attempted it alongside Headhuntress, has had failed to replicate what the Discoverer and Headhuntress had accomplished for almost 20 years. It seems troubling, really. With that, some have even flat out given up on the method entirely. Navro's twin from Arokh's Lair proposed a counter example to the possibility of the book stack method by shooting arrows up in that direction. So the idea is simply that you just equip a bow and you shoot arrows up in that direction, and you'll see that the arrows only go up so far. They are unable to go up all the way. However, Outlaw Rynn counters, well, not necessarily counters, but he makes Navro's twin aware that certain bows, such as the wood bow, are able to bypass invisible barriers, unlike other weapons. In fact, let me go ahead and load to a different save here to provide a better example. So I went ahead and bull rushed another playthrough of the game in order to get to the point where I can equip one of these type of bows. Now, the example here that what Outlaw Rynn is trying to point out is that we're able to actually use bows such as the wood bow, low enough level and unenchanted, that we can bypass invisible barriers, that we can shoot right on through. No problem at all. However, the problem is, if we try to use a higher level bow, it just makes collision right here and doesn't go through. And then back to equipping this bow, we can go ahead and shoot right through. See? And that's what Outlaw Rynn's trying to point out to Navro's twin, is that you can use wood bows to there. However, you could potentially use area of effects to try to find any openings in any type of invisible barriers. One thing that you can note here, to kind of example this, if I fire the bow here, you'll see how it's slanted right ahead of me. That shows me where it's about going to drop off. So again, you can use these type of bows to try to find if there's any opening in any invisible, on any of the visible platforms. So let's go ahead and head back inside. All right, back inside here, let's go ahead and test that out, what Outlaw Rynn said. Let's go ahead and fire a few wooden arrows and see if we can penetrate up here. Now, there is 2 invisible barriers. There's the one that we initially encounter right up through here, okay? There's a one that we initially encounter here. That's at the ceiling level. That's just to prevent Rynn from jumping. What we're also concerned about is being able to get past that invisible ledge that's up there, and we should be able to fire arrows through it, right? Well, let's go up there and see what we got. No. I thought it was hitting wood, but the arrows actually didn't go higher. They're all right around at the base of the balcony. Let's fire some arrows up this way. and see if we get the same result. Because it sounds like I'm hitting stuff, but... Let's go up to the bookshelf over here. Ah! Jump here. Let's look up. No. Let's see, let's move a little forward. No. They're all stuck up there. They never actually went up through there. Okay, if wooden arrows are not quite going up there, then maybe there's nothing up there. Maybe there's no way to get up there. Okay, one other test. So let's check if there's any invisible barriers. Let's do a time slow so we can have a better look at it here. Right here. There we go. I'm not seeing any changes to it. Let's shoot right there and jump down here. No, I'm not seeing any changes. Okay. Okay, so doesn't seem to be any openings whatsoever around the area. Well, that's not a good sign. But I do want to show you guys something interesting here. How this bow interacts with the invisible ceiling up above me. If I fire up here, let's see, let's try the book stack. Actually the effect goes right through. But you know what's interesting? Why did I not hear any barrels breaking, crates breaking, or anything of the such? Look, if the arrows are a bust here, then at least this effect should have opened up some barrels for me. It should have, right? I should have at least heard those things, but I didn't. So, how do they appear, Headhuntress? You promised us barrels, crates, and a chest, a rusty sword, and potions. Why are they not up there? So we're up here, and let's use this flame attack. I don't hear any barrels breaking or anything. So, how is this supposed to happen, Headhuntress? The only thing I can think Headhuntress could probably say is like, well, the only way you can make them appear is that you have to use the book stack method. You have to do those specific jumps, and you have to touch the top of the book stack to make them appear. So basically, the argument would be that there are flags. There are certain flags in this book stack method that will make them appear, make them magically appear. I'm not buying it, okay? Now, if it was a rusty sword and some potions, okay, I can understand that because in the game, with collectible items, it has shown that we can actually we can spawn them through activation of certain flags, much like the lightning blade or the flame blade that I currently have in my hand right here. But, when in the game, have we ever spawned a barrel, a crate, or a chest from nothing? When have we ever spawned it through a series of flags and stuff to spawn these items? No, I don't, of all my years I played this game, I have not seen anything like that. This is not Ocarina of Time, where we can just light a few torches, make a chest appear, and collect our heart piece. It doesn't work that way. In fact, if the argument were to be made as such, then you would be introducing a new mechanic to the game that we have never encountered before. Spawning objects that we can't collect, that we can break or interact with, but we can't collect. So, again, I can't disprove that, though. I have never succeeded in the book stack method. I have not gotten to the top of that book stack there with Rynn. I could touch it with Arokh, but there are certain flags in the game that only Rynn can interact with, much like the same thing with Arokh, too. But since I can't get up there, I can't disprove it, so it's still up there. which I would pretty much leave in the hands of those who have access, who can gain access to the source code of the game to check Jade's Emporium and see if there's anything related to Jade's Emporium that would spawn a chest, barrels, crates, those potions, and the rusty sword. That's the only thing we can do to kind of completely disprove it from here. Now, that being said, there is one point here that Headhuntress does contradict herself on. It comes with on GameFAQs, where GameFAQs, on one of the contributions that she did with Brokaliv's guide, as you can see right here, if you look at the very bottom right here, it says that you can jump through the window. You can jump through the window. Okay. Now, you can't really jump per se inside here. You can hop. There's an invisible ceiling that kind of stops me from going any higher. But yeah, you can jump through the window. Yeah, you can do all that. Heck, you can even just walk through any wall. And yes, there are 2 windows, not 1. But I'm assuming she means this one. Okay. Here we go. We're going to jump through the window. Yay, we jumped through the window. One thing that's important to note here, jumping through the window gets you to the visible platform. Turn around here, and you see this. This is the one thing that doesn't add up. If we get to the point where we show Favorite's images, Favorite's trying to show that got on the balcony, got up to right here, took a picture here, got up to here, crouched down, and looked through here to show that there's nothing inside there. Headhuntress counters here that, oh, that's not the balcony. It looks like you got to a higher balcony, because Favorite commented that it's not wide enough, and which I went ahead and showcased in the episode before. In part 2, I showcased that, yes, it is not wide enough if you looked from the top. Looking from below, yes, Headhuntress is right. That looks like it's wide enough, but from the top here, it is not wide enough for both Rynn and the chest to move side by side. Hopping over the chest, maybe, but not side by side. Rynn would be blocked on that path. If given that you can basically move around only with the balcony. Okay, so that being said, Headhuntress comments that there is no roof here. Well, that's because Favorite bypassed out of here and got up here. Okay. That's the problem here. Headhuntress doesn't recognize this at all. I think this would be something that's would jog your memory. Heck, Headhuntress even failed to recollect how many balconies this had. Which I understand that if you haven't played the game in long enough, and we don't know if Headhuntress still had the game at the time to be able to access this, but says there's at least 3 balconies. Looks like 2 to me. Unless you're talking about some invisible balcony that you have to use the bookstack method in order to access. But from what we had a comment from before from Headhuntress, comparing the book stack to the width of the balcony to the book top of the book stack, yeah, that has to be the balcony, right? That has to be the balcony. I honestly feel sorry for Favorite here, for having to put up with what Headhuntress had to say about his findings. So Favorite was able to show that, as we said before, that there was a window on the outside looking in, and he saw that there was nothing. After he glitched up here, he looked through an outside window and saw there was nothing up there. And then Headhuntress says that the window is magical on inside. It doesn't exist outside. I don't understand. It's... You jumped through the window on GameFAQs. Headhuntress! Do you not recognize this? At all? I mean, Faerith even provided images, and then you continue. You continue to bash, that, and just keep saying that, oh, that's not the... You reached a higher balcony. That's not the lowest balcony. Could you perhaps look down? I can imagine what Faerith was feeling there, just triggered and just kind of gave up completely, okay? This was the last post he did. He contributed these photos, and that was it. Headhuntress then replied, countering that with roughly the same argument, and is completely ignorant of the whole situation, that there is no roof. Headhuntress should have known that when jumping through the window, unless this was a complete bold-faced lie. You jumped through the window, okay? You land up here. There is no roof. Unless you just continue going straight, drop down, and kept going straight to load back the tower, then look behind you and see that there isn't anything up there. Look, I'm probably looking too much into the text here. You can't pull any emotions or any way of thinking from a text. You can only suppose or assume in your mind what that is, and it's a bad habit to get into. That's where we get into heated arguments on any chats, because we cannot understand what the other one is trying to say in context. So let's just not take things further out of context of what's being said here and not assume anything more. But I do want to look at one other point, is that the balcony is at the second roof. Am I able to prove right now that this is the balcony that's at the second roof? No, I can't prove that right now. But there is a way to 100% prove that this is in fact the balcony that Headhuntress was referring to. The same balcony she was referring to while looking at the book stack, comparing it to the width of said balcony. Here's how we'll go about proving that. To prove that that is indeed the second balcony that is at the roof, the second roof, then what we need to do is get Arokh inside here, like I showed you in part 2 of this episode. And keep in mind that you need to make sure that the outer limits have been fixed, because you may be dealing with an invisible Arokh at times. So you be sure to go through the gate and make sure that this is indeed fixed. It shouldn't be a problem if you got in here after already fixing it, but if you want to be safe than sorry, just be sure to save the game before continuing on further. From here, we're going to go ahead and perform a phantom rolling glitch. Choose any of the 3 locations that I mentioned in part 2. And we're going to choose this location here. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, here we go. Okay, then we're going to make our way down here using the phantom rolling glitch. And what we want to do is pop outside with the phantom rolling glitch. Okay, I should be able to go outside without worry. Perfect. Because sometimes the blue disc will activate and get us disengaged. There is a trick to avoid it though, but we're able to get through anyways. So, of course, I can also, if I get outside here, I can also just pop up this way and use the phantom rolling glitch. But inside here, we want the exterior loaded so we can see the second roof. Because here's the first roof, and then up there is the second roof that Headhuntress Headhuntress mentioned. Okay, we're gonna make sure that that balcony is indeed the second roof. So we pop up there like we did with Arokh, and then with keeping Arokh up there, we're then gonna perform like we did in part 2 with how we ascend, which we're going to spam triangle and X. Now this part we can encounter an invisible Arokh, so just be careful, as exiting the Emporium can cause the outer limits to go wonky on you. Ascend up here. I should actually be high enough right now. Let's go ahead and land. Hold X. There we go. We should be at the balcony. Let's place Arokh right about, let's see here. There's the orb down there and the torch, so I want to be right about here. I think here will be a good spot. All right, now we just need to leave with Rynn. And to leave with Rynn, we're going to go to this corner here. We're going to the corner that would be where Jade is. I find that this corner is the easiest to work with. We're going to roll down here, press select. Then we're going to perform some some sideways tunnel flips. Then we're going to roll up here and okay. Whew, I guess that's another point to save the game, just in case you accidentally kill yourself. Okay, but now we're outside here. Now we want to just enter in Jade's Emporium normally. Okay, drop down here. Let's go ahead and head inside and see where Arokh is. Yeah, please do, Arokh. Please right there, because we want to see the truth. We want to see the truth. And what is that truth? That is the second balcony. That is indeed the lowest balcony. That is the balcony that Headhuntress was referring to. We've referenced the second roof, got out here, and sure enough, Arokh is right there on top of the balcony, and I'm down here. You know what? Let's join Arokh up there, because I found a way up there. I found a way up there using the phantom rolling glitch. Watch this, guys. This is what you do. So let's perform another phantom rolling glitch. We're going to get up to where Arokh is. Let me equip a weapon at this location. Here we go. What you do in this right here, in this hallway, you're going to aim over here. And it will pop Rynn up here. Let's go join Arokh and roll right into here. Booyah! We can get up here with Rynn by herself. Hi, Arokh. How are you doing? Woo! We can get up here with Rynn itself. We don't need a turbo controller. We don't need to waste money on a turbo controller. I'm not even sure how much a turbo controller costs these days. Or at least an original turbo controller. But yeah, we can get up here with Rynn herself using the phantom rolling glitch. The outer limits are my best friend, and I have the powers of a phantom rolling glitch. I can do anything! Wahahaha! Woohoo! Yeah! So to sum everything up, in part 2 we have shown that the balcony is not wide enough for Rynn and a chest to be on there, especially in between both a railing and a wall. We have shown that there is an invisible ceiling that prevents, that is spread across the entirety of the balcony. We have pointed out a contradiction in Headhuntress' statement of being able to jump through the window, but not recognizing what was showcased in the pictures shared by Faerith, and showing that the balcony Faerith was referring to was indeed the same balcony Headhuntress referred to using the second roof as reference. With this evidence, I feel safe to conclude that Headhuntress has never been up to the balcony. Now, I personally think that she has never been up there. I think she pulled a Todd Rogers on us to claim that she did the impossible and then completely disregard contradicting evidence. Instead, provided a tall tale to spread the legend of Jade's balcony and the bookstack method far and wide in the Drakan community, basically becoming Drakan the Ancient Gate's One Piece story, where Headhuntress left everything up here in one piece. Except there was no treasure to begin with. But even so, even though it may be a tall tale on Headhuntress' part, but this does not discredit her as a contributor, because Headhuntress has indeed contributed other things to the Drakan community that are true, one of them being the sunny Andralian Isles, as you can see right here. Headhuntress contributed this to GameFAQs. So again, despite her spreading maybe this tall tale, Headhuntress is still a meaningful part in the Drakan community and should not be bashed because of this one thing. I still consider Headhuntress part of what I call Drakan the Ancient Greats, a group of individuals who have contributed greatly to the Drakan community back before I even joined in 2009, back before I got involved in 2009. Some of these individuals, and not limited to, include Outlaw Rynn, Aneurysma, Javelina, Brokaliv, Logan Hunter, Gelbot, Lady Hawk 2, Arokh's twin, and Faerith. They're all part of this group, and this also includes Headhuntress as well. I just want to say that Headhuntress is still deserving of all of our respect. As for the book stack method itself, unless someone looks at the source code, we'll probably never know the full truth. But as what Dan Eldon once said, the journey is the destination. I think despite all my disdain for it, and my evidence against it, we should still attempt the book stack method in hopes of proving that it works. Prove that the non-believers like me that it can be done. It practically is a pastime at this point, in which some individuals find it fun. Well, more to them if they find it fun. I just don't at this point. But what do you think? Will you continue using the book stack method? Or let it fade into obscurity? You can let me know in the comment section below, but as for what I think about it, Arokh, if you would be so kind. Yeah, that's my opinion. In any case, that's it for episode 73, everyone. I did plan on showcasing a few other things before concluding things here, but I'm going to have to re-edit those and save them for later because we just are at that 30-minute mark, and I don't really want to go past that if I don't have to, which we will. As we throw in the extra bonus at the end of this episode, as I normally do. I've been doing that for a little while, so I hope you enjoy that. But in any case, we'll save those for episode 75, as we will be jumping to episode 74, where we're going to be going inside Castle Sardana, mess with Zoladane, as well as explore some of the outskirts of the Castle Sardana, at least to our best capabilities. Trying my best to fulfill as much as possible to the request of my fellow YouTuber Arcane Knight, that he really has been wanting me to showcase this. Which I will do my best to, but there is no promises that I will be able to do anything substantial. But bear with me on that in episode 74. For right now, everyone, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, have a great life, everyone. We're finally done with this episode. Woo!